My name's Dillon Platt. This is the eye on the prize. Sophomore year in high school, all of us here went through it. It's a monumental one in Utah. One, you get your driver's license. You're free, you're able to go out on your own and not have to worry about your parents coming and picking you up afterwards. Best of both worlds for us and for them. Second reason why is I actually got to finally attend my high school. As a freshman, I was still in middle school, even though I was considered a high school student, and I didn't necessarily enjoy that. So I decided, let's keep my eye on the prize. The art of visualization. Now, throughout my entire life, I heard people talking about this phenomena of visualizing. Never once did I think I should try it. I kind of thought I did it on my own, right? I was young enough where I had an imagination so vivid that I could see Mars in my own head. Now with age, those things start to go away. When I started driving, one thing that people talked about commonly was focus and precision. Now, how do you focus and be precise on the road when it's so easy to be distracted? We've all seen the commercial. We got a lovely woman driving down the road. She's in a beautiful minivan, and she's singing to her favorite song. Now, she's in her car, but all of a sudden, her mind starts playing games, and she's having a good time. So, instead of being in the car, she's out in front of 1,000 people, 1,000 ravenous fans, and they're all screaming her name, listening to her sing, and they're all loving it. Now, this all continues, this all goes great, until that one moment, when the car in front of her slams on her brakes because they had to, and she didn't see it. And in return, she slams into the car. So, instead of visualizing yourself being somewhere besides where you are, why don't you visualize yourself doing something, or doing what you are doing, but better? Keeping your eye on the destination, or what I would call the prize. It's hard to be able to focus on what's ahead, but life is a journey. You're not going to know what's going to happen tomorrow necessarily. You can always plan, you can always think about it, but sometimes that thinking is exactly what's going to take you down the wrong path. Overthinking. Sadness. You want it to all go one way, it's not going to happen that way. Like I said, life is a journey. Journeys are only fun and adventurous when they have twists and turns. Every journey has them, and that's why every journey is great. But there's a difference between those who start a journey and never reach their destination, and between those who start the journey and actually get there. Did one of them experience twists and turns while the other didn't? No, that's not the case. One of them kept their eye on the prize throughout the twists and turns while the other didn't. The other got sidetracked. They lost sight of what they really wanted to come out of the situation, where they really wanted to go. So if you're able to keep your eye on where you want to go instead, and while all the twists and turns come your way, then you'll be able to get there and you'll be able to enjoy every moment of it. And that's why I believe you should visualize and keep your eye on the prize. Thank you. Now, do you have any questions for me?
Yes, Dillon. So during your travels, when you take your journey, what happens when you make a wrong turn? How are you able to bounce back and get on track?
So a lot of it, a great question by the way, but a lot of it is knowing exactly what that destination is. Now, some people think I want to travel across the United States on a bicycle and get to New Jersey. It's a great goal. But if in your mind the only thing you see is a little dot on the state of New Jersey, or on the city of New Jersey, you don't really have something true to go back to when you have those twists and turns that take you down a negative path. You remember a dot on a board, that's not going to make you want to get there. Think about the celebration that's going to happen when you get to New Jersey. Think about the way you feel. Think about the way your body will feel stronger than it ever has before. And think about all the moments that happened up until then to reach that moment. And remember that this negative downside that happens is just part of it. And you'll still get there. But if you quit today and you stay on this down track, you'll never get there and you'll forget why you even started. So that's exactly how I do it.
I have another question for you. Quick one. So give us a personal example of how you have actually kept your eye towards the prize.
Okay, I'll give you two. The first one is exactly how I explained the beginning of this. when I was driving and I first started driving, I realized, yeah, I could take every line that creates my lane and look at them as I pass them every single time to stay in the lane, or I could keep my eye fixed on a point ahead while my peripherals settle in and still take in everything else that's going on around me. So in real life, a different example of that is if you go to Tennessee for a summer and summer sales feel like the one thing that can get you money and get you to pay through college, and you fail. But you come back home, you take another job doing hourly work, and you decide that you still feel like you should be your own boss. So you continue to go ahead and try these sales jobs, try these entrepreneurial roles, and never quit. And that's what I'm doing today, and that's what I'll continue to do because my eye's on the prize. Thank you.